Hello, Blue Springs, and welcome to this edition of Positively Blue Springs here on the BSSD Media Network. I'm Tony Rice, your Sideline of Sports. So happy you could join us today. As you can see, we're on location at Metropolitan Community College, Blue River, conveniently located between Blue Springs and Independence. We have a great show lined up for you today. First off, we'll be joined by Dr. John Burke. He is the Dean of Student Development here at MCC Blue River, and Dr. Burke's going to tell us about all the great things here at MCC Blue River. And in our second segment, we'll be joined by Pete Grigsby IV. He is a student here at MCC Blue River, and Pete's going to tell us about all the great things here at Blue River from a student standpoint. Talk about the A+ program and how turnkey getting your education here at MCC Blue River is. That's all straight ahead here on Positively Blue Springs, a presentation of the BSSD Media Network.
Man, these cheesy bread dogs are incredible.
Real
The
good.
cheese is baked right into the bun.
You know, in this case, it really is what's on the outside that counts.
Maybe that phrase, "it's what's on the inside that counts," isn't true.
I mean, I've only been judging books by their covers.
Really?
I only read the cover.
Oh, you don't read what's inside?
No, I could read 2, 3 covers.
Huh.
Cover to cover. Cover and cover.
Count on the cheesy goodness of the new Cheesy Bread Dogs. They're the perfect match for any of our 25 shakes. This is how you Sonic.
Cars are more than just metal. They're our best friend, and our best friend's best friend. They're our chariots and our workhorses. They make us feel alive, and they put us to sleep. They make us laugh, and they make us proud. So when something happens to them, something happens to us. From dents and scratches to glass and collision repair, CarStar Auto Body Repair experts do it all.
For all your auto body repairs, go to your locally owned KC Auto CarStar in Blue Springs.
Little's Sports Shop, located at 1006 Main Street, is the hometown sports equipment store that has proudly called Blue Springs home for over 50 years. When it comes to sports equipment, Little's has got you covered. Baseball, softball, football, soccer, volleyball, and more, Little's has it. If not, they'll order it. Little's Sports Shop can also take care of your sports apparel needs. Uniforms or spirit wear, you'll find it at Little's. For outstanding service, fast turnaround, and great value, make the winning call. Little's Sports Shop, 229-3606. That's 229-3606. Online at littlesports.com.
Welcome back to Positively Blue Springs here on the BSSD Media Network. I'm Tony Rice, singer of Sideline of Sports, and we're so happy to be on location at the location of one of our great sponsors, MCC Blue River. You know, very convenient for everyone in Independence and Blue Springs, Oak Grove, Grain Valley, Buckner, even my hometown of Lexington, Missouri. There's students here at Blue River, and we're joined by Dr. John Burke. He is the Dean of Student Development, and as always, Dr. Burke, welcome to Positively Blue Springs.
Well, thanks, Tony. We always appreciate being on, and we appreciate our partnership with Positively Blue Springs.
Well, you know, and Blue Springs means something to you because, you know, you're a resident of Blue Springs. Your kids are in the Blue Springs School District. And what do you love about Blue Springs?
Well, Blue Springs, as most folks who live in Blue Springs will attest, is a great place to raise a family. And particularly the school district is so strong that, you know, if you want your children to be prepared for college, a place like Blue River, MU, any college, Blue Springs is a great foundation for that.
In MCC Blue River, it's so convenient to be located in between Blue Springs and Independence. You know, riding here today to do this interview, I thought about my son goes to UMKC and he lives just north of Westport, and so he has a commute every day down to UMKC, and he goes through that Kansas City traffic. You know, that's his commute there and back. And I think for the students of Blue Springs and for Independence, you know, their commute here is very easy. It's a very country-esque commute, the type of commute that would calm you down, give you some time to reflect to and from class, and that's a great thing for MCC Blue River.
Sure, you know, we're excited about really just in the last few years that the community's opened up the Little Blue Parkway and Jackson Drive, so there are multiple ways to get here. And again, as you've indicated, if you live in Blue Springs or Independence, you're probably 10, 15 minutes max from the campus. So lots of different ways to get here, no big-time Kansas City traffic.
Right, included, I live in Lee Summit in the Blue Springs School District, and that Little Blue Parkway cutting right over here just opens it up for the folks that live in Lakewood, north of Lakewood, just makes it so convenient. And speaking of Independence and Blue Springs and the MCC Blue River, how many kids or students from Blue Springs and Independence come to MCC Blue River?
Well, we track our students from the high schools that they attend, and I will tell you that any given fall semester, we get between 20 and 25% of the graduates of our local high schools. That's Blue Springs and Blue Springs South, and Truman, William Chrisman, Van Horn, and then we even go out into Grain Valley and Oak Grove and the other schools. So, a quarter of the graduating student population attends here.
One of the great things here at MCC Blue River is the Trailblazers soccer program, both the men's program and the women's program, and there are many great players from eastern Jackson County. Tell us about the Trailblazers soccer program.
Yeah, great question. Great today. I've got my soccer tie on.
Right.
Later this afternoon, we'll have our annual athletic meeting. We have all the players come in, and we have their parents, and we kind of talk about the season to come. We are in our 8th year. The men have won a regional championship, as have the women. We've had some national players of the year. 2 years ago, we had a young man from Brazil, Paulo Novo, who was the leading scorer in all of college soccer. The young man could put the ball in the net. We've had some great players from Blue Springs and from Van Horn and from all of our schools, Fort Osage. And just a great opportunity for young men and women to continue both their soccer playing careers at post-high school, but also to be able to continue their education here while they play the sport that they love.
And we've had the soccer coaches on this program and also on our radio programs. Passion, exudes passion when we talk to them, passion for Blue River and also a passion for soccer. Just great representatives. You're so lucky to have the soccer coaches that you have.
Absolutely. We've got great coaches. Our head coach is Brad Childers on the women's side, Dave Owens on the men's side. And then we joke about having some of the best assistant coaches around because our assistant coaches have been Vladko Andonovsky, who currently is the coach of the Comets and of FCKC, the women's professional soccer team here in Kansas City. Now, Vladko's not coaching with us right now because he's a little busy.
Right.
But Goran, who is his assistant coach, is an assistant coach with us. So our young men and women get to have experience from our excellent head coaches, but also from our assistant coaches who have international playing experience and then coaching experience at the professional level.
And the one thing you run into that is with your soccer coach is longevity. They've been here. It's not a place where people come and coach and then they hopscotch to another job. These guys have been here for many, many years.
Sure. Our two head coaches have been here since the inception of the program 8 years ago. And one of the things that we pride ourselves on is not just excellence on the field. As I tell our players and their parents, I want to win as much as the other guy, but what we focus on is academics and the ability to be successful in the classroom, which will allow an individual, should they choose to transfer on to a four-year school and play soccer. And so we've got a number of examples of students who have come through Blue River, done very well on the field, but more importantly have done well in the classroom, and that has enabled them then to secure a scholarship at the four-year institution. So you finish your four-year degree and you have very little debt, and you've had an opportunity to play the sport that you love.
Right. Segueing to another great program here at Blue River, another community college with the MCC Kansas City program is the A+ program, which I think is the best deal available. It's a great program that where students have to meet certain requirements, but for meeting certain requirements is that basically the first 2 years of college is paid for, correct?
Sure. The A+ program's been around, I believe, before I got here in 2001, and it allows students in high school, should they, as you indicated, should they complete the requirements in high school to be an A+ student, they can come here and get their tuition paid for. We have over 150 students from Blue Springs and Blue Springs South High School here each year as freshmen to take advantage of the program.
And the great thing I love about that program is it requires, there's attendance requirements, there's community service requirements, and there's grade requirements. So it's basically something that you have to earn. And just like everything in life, you have to earn, and hard work pays off. And it's a super, super program, and I commend the community colleges in the state of Missouri for doing such a program. Another new program you have here, an academic program, the Trailblazer Academy. Tell us about the Trailblazer Academy.
So the Trailblazer Collegiate Academy is a program that we have for high-achieving students that are in high school. There are students in high school, even who are in the challenging Blue Springs school district curriculum, who are so advanced that maybe they have taken the courses that they can take that will challenge them, and they're looking for a little bit more of a challenge. And so a few years ago, we put together a program in conjunction with our local high schools to allow students to come here to the community college and to earn credits that would also count for their completion in high school. And the goal is that when they walk across that stage as a high school graduate, they also graduate with their associate's degree.
When you talk about MCC Blue River, over the years, we've been a great partner of yours for many, many years, is that you always think of the fire academy, you think of the police academy. And speaking with Bob Florence last year, something that's new and on here at MCC Blue River deals with cybersecurity, and it's the sign of the times of what's going on in a way that MCC Blue River, evolves with the world. Tell us about the cybersecurity program.
So Tony, if anybody has followed the news lately, you'll know that individuals' personal information, banking information is getting hacked. I recall earlier this year that Target, based out of Minneapolis, had hundreds of thousands of customers whose accounts were compromised. And a cybersecurity program is a program that trains students how to work for companies like Target to try to prevent that hacking and individuals' personal information from being compromised. And so we're starting a program. We have a gentleman that we've hired, Brian Hurley, who is running our cybersecurity program, and we'll have a 2-year degree and we'll have a certificate in that program. Anybody that has any questions about the program should contact the college, ask for Brian. In fact, you probably see him in your community coming to talk about the program.
And that's so important because, everyone on their emails, they receive these emails from where you've received a fax where it's just from someone trying to hack your account and get your information. And I would say, through this program, an educated computer user is a good thing to be.
Sure, and folks who work in IT in any company will tell you that what they need is for their employees in that company to be educated and to not, fall for the scam that you get on the email, and maybe not even open up some of the information that they get. But those companies increasingly are looking to employ individuals with certifications and education in cybersecurity, so that the company is safe and that the company's customers don't have their information compromised.
Coming up in our next segment, we're going to be interviewing Pete Grigsby IV, who's a student here at MCC Blue River. Talks about being a part of the A+ program, and really talks about when he enrolled here, it was turnkey and how convenient it was for him and to enroll here. And what he mentions a lot of how easy it was with the academic advisors who were very interested in his path to find out where he's going to be going to school, as well as that all the what he wants to study, which is going to be music composition. So he's set up with music composition courses here, and also to ensure that all courses that he takes here transfer to where he's going to go. You just don't get that at any other university or college. That's what you get here at Blue River, and that has to be something that yourself and Dr. Banks are very proud of.
Sure we are, Tony. We recognize that our students are individuals and that they have a plan. Many of them, as you know, intend to transfer to a 4-year institution and to complete a 4-year degree. We encourage all of our students to have an individual plan. And if that plan involves, for example, transfer to UMKC, maybe to the music program, then we have articulation agreements or transfer agreements with those 4-year institutions that spell out precisely the coursework that the student would take here with us, and then when they get to UMKC, in this example, the coursework that they would take at UMKC to complete their degree. So our goal is to have students beyond that track, determine what their goal is, where they want to transfer, and our advisors they're just fantastic, and they help students to get to where they want to be.
Right, your advisors and all and also the educational advisors that we've had on over the years. You can just tell that pride they have in MCC Blue River, and and their connection with the students and how important it is to them. Congratulations on that. one thing with community colleges that's important is financial aid. Tell us about the financial aid that's available here and the programs here at the MCC Blue River.
Well, we participate, like most colleges, in the Title III federal financial aid programs. And so a student here is eligible for Pell money, just like they are at any other college. We have loans available. We have a lot of scholarships that students simply need to apply for and have an opportunity to receive. And then, of course, we've talked about the A+ program. We have a number of veterans here who take advantage of veterans programs and the funding that will allow them to continue their education. So a full range of financial aid options for students, and again, advisors, financial aid advisors that are willing and happy to work with students to help them to determine how to finance their education.
And career counseling that's available here at MCC Blue River. Tell us about the career counseling.
Absolutely. We have counselors and we have academic advisors that assist with that. But again, our goal is to have students to have a plan, make some decisions, explore and make some decisions about what they want to do and what institution they might transfer to accomplish their goal. And many students are more than happy to seek a degree program here at MCC, whether it's at Blue River or maybe at our Business and Technology College, that will allow them to earn a certificate in less than 4 years, or an associate's degree that allows them to go immediately into the workforce and work in an occupation that we need folks to work in.
What do you love most about being a part of MCC Blue River?
I think the best thing here at MCC, and a thing that, when I drive home in the afternoon, I think I'm a fortunate individual, is that the people here, the students, the faculty, our administration, our staff, really care about students. And I know you've noticed that, as you've indicated, but it's a real desire to help students to be successful. And so our folks will go the extra mile, and they're doing it because they care about the students. We want students to be successful. And so that's our heart. That's where our heart is, and we put that into our work.
And the one thing I really enjoy about MCC Blue River is it's just like it is in life. Okay, if you have a question, just ask, and you'll get the answer. And the phone number, if somebody wants to contact MCC Blue River, is 604, is it 1000? 604-1000. They can call that phone number, and they can say, here's what I want to know. And they'll get connected to the right place.
Absolutely. That's all you've got to do. 604-1000. That goes into our call center. The folks there can answer a lot of our questions, or they'll direct you to somebody who can. Or MCCKC, our website.
Okay. It's mcckc.edu. Okay, you can get information on all 5 of the outstanding community colleges here in the Kansas City area. And, Dr. Burke, I want to thank you so much for joining us today on Positively Blue Springs. This campus, this educational facility is such a plus, not just for Blue Springs and Independence, but all of eastern Jackson County. And you guys should have pride in what you turn out here with the firefighters and also with the police and now the cyber security. But also just with with MCC as a whole and knowing what it means to Eastern Jackson County. The name of this program is Positive Blue Springs. Congratulations to you and to Dr. Banks for what you do for not just Blue Springs but all Eastern Jackson County. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Tony.
Okay. Thanks, Dr. Burke. This is Positive Blue Springs, a presentation of the BSSD Media Network.
Thinking about college? Then check out Metropolitan Community College Blue River. We offer transfer programs that give you the foundation for a bachelor's degree and career programs such as Police Academy and Fire Academy that reward you with a quick access to great jobs. Our small class sizes give you personal attention and our class times fit your busy lifestyle. MCC Blue River's cost is 1/3 that of most universities, and financial aid and scholarships are available to those who qualify. Check out our online courses and Saturday classes. Go to mcckc.edu to enroll today or call 816-604-1000. Again, that's 816-604-1000. Blue River is a campus of Metropolitan Community College.
Print Graphics, located at the corner of 10th and Vesper in Blue Springs, has been providing its thousands of satisfied customers with high-quality print products and services for 22 years. Fast, friendly, and professional service. That's what you can expect every time at Print Graphics. Print Graphics is locally owned and operated and offers the same high-quality products and services as the larger print shops, but at a lower cost. For business letterhead, envelopes, invitations, announcements, catalogs, brochures, or any type of printing product or service, phone or visit Print Graphics. That's Print Graphics, 945 Northwest Vesper in Blue Springs. You can call Print Graphics at 228-1053. That's 228-1053. Or visit them online at printgraphicskc.com.
Welcome back to Positively Blue Springs here on the BSSD Media Network. I'm Tony Reisinger, Sideline of Sports, and so happy to be joined by Pete Grigsby. He is a student at Metropolitan Community College Blue River, and he's part of the A-plus program, and also he is a graduate as we're here at Blue Springs South High School. And Pete, welcome to Positively Blue Springs.
Thanks for having me.
You know, I'm so excited to have you on here because with MCC Blue River, they're a great sponsor of this program, but they're a great part of the community here in eastern Jackson County. And I think one of the best things about MCC Blue River is it's like the best bang for the buck in education, and I wanted to have you on to kind of to share the message with that right there. But first, let's start off here. We're here at your alma mater, Blue Springs South High School. Okay, tell us about Blue Springs South High School. What was it like to be a student here?
Oh, it was great. South is a great school. They did a great job at remodeling when I got here. Because when I was a freshman, that's when they started doing a lot more of the remodeling. It's just clean. The extracurricular activities are great. I was involved in band. And then I had my own club here at South as well. So,
you know, one thing I really love with coming here and with both high schools here in Blue Springs is just when you're in the hallways, there's a positive attitude.
Yeah.
So get things done, and we're going to accomplish it type attitude. And did you sense that here?
Yeah, it went by really fast. I think South has really done a good job at not only, like I said, keeping the school clean, but like they're just really efficient, like making sure kids like get to class. The teachers are all awesome. I've never, had a bad teacher or something.
Right.
Some people might have those, but no, it was great the whole time. So,
right. Dr. Dow was the principal you were there?
Yeah, oh, he was great.
Yeah, yeah. Dr. Dow is a great guy. And so what are the activities you're involved in?
I was in marching band, which also went in a concert band. I did that all 4 years of high school. And then I started a Nintendo club my freshman year of high school. And it's just something where me and my friends would get together and play games and every week and stuff like that. And then just other than that, I tried out for tennis, and that was pretty fun. That's another thing I like about South is that like there are other years I'd be like, oh, I'll try out for this. Like I was in a talent show freshman year, so there's just so much stuff to do at Blue Springs South.
People think of Blue Springs South, they think of the football team with the state championships and everything, and everyone comes out to the games, great student support. But that Jaguar Pride marching band that you were a part of, you guys were state champions as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we put a lot of work into getting those. So it was really fun. Our hard work paid off, and like what's happening right now with band camp, I remember thinking, man, this is taking a long time, but it was so worth it in the end, all the work you put into it.
Yeah, and basically with people don't realize with marching band, that's the same thing as any other sport, because right now here we are in June and band camp's going on, and and your band practice that you do. I mean, you guys, it's basically throughout the whole school year, and then there's a lot that goes into it than just a class during the day.
Right, and when some people hear sport, they think a lot of just like physical proficiency, but you have to use a lot of mental proficiency in marching band. You have to memorize the note sequences, the measures, where you go. So it was a pretty fun test. A lot of kids, I think, even I every now and then you might fall behind, but I think what was cool about band is kind of like what you said, like at the school, like we just all like helped each other out to keep moving. So
yeah, definitely.
That's a cool way to think of it, I guess, is that we just kept moving to improve.
And we're so lucky with Vision Sports as we do the football games on TV and radio that we have a 50-yard seat, and we look forward to the football game.
Great,
but you know what? We look forward to the marching band, because we get to see as you perform that same performance throughout the year, adding a little bit on, just basically as you perfect your performance. And like I say, congratulations to Ken Hansen and everyone involved with the marching band here, because the Jaguar Pride is one of the two best bands just here in Blue Springs, but one of the two best bands in the state, and both of them are here in Blue Springs. Congratulations. Music. You're looking for music to be a part of your future, okay? And you're enrolled as a student at MCC Blue River, okay? Tell us about how you're transitioning from music in high school to making it your career at Blue River. Like when you registered at Blue River, how simple they made that to make sure that it met your needs.
Right. So I decided to go into music composition my freshman year of high school. And, you know, in high school you look around what colleges to go to and such. Over the years I realized, you know, I had some people talk to me about the MCC plan, like the idea, you know, community college. I didn't really hear it that much. And then I realized that, like, no matter what, even a degree like music, you have to take general education. And then I looked at, like, the cost of other universities, and there's so much, you know, so much money I have to put in. And then I thought, wow, if I could, especially with A+, I was like, if I could just get my general education out in 2 years, like a lot of other kids, my friends and some family members have gone to universities, you know, and they take the same things I take. And so it's so beneficial to know that I'm taking the same exact credits, but not only am I at home, so I have a lot of things around me, but it actually helps me prepare more for my last 2 years.
Exactly.
And so when I got enrolled, it was really fast. It was really easy, especially here, like with Ben Bayer, and of course, you know, with the A+ coordinator. What he did is that he helped us enroll, and it was just, you get on the computer, and the MCC, some of the MCC staff came, and they helped us out, and it wasn't as hard as some of us thought. You know, once you get your ID number, you just register for the classes you need to take, and there you go. Because, you know, with general education, you need to take, you know, basic math, English for the most part, and so it's been really good so far.
Okay, and speaking with your dad, you know, he mentioned that, you know, as you were enrolling, that the people at MCC Blue River made it turnkey, so that you know that when you tell them where you like to go to school your junior year, and they make sure that your courses that are going to transfer to that school, and they made it simple for you. So there's a lot of communication, which is something that's very different. When I went my freshman year a long time ago to the University of Missouri, you know, trying to enroll, you know, was like, you know, and this is before computers. It was crazy, but it's so great that I know with the folks from MCC Blue River is that they make it as simple as possible, and I know it's the best deal in education, because I believe it's the cost of going to school at Blue River is 1/3 the cost what it is at normal universities and everything. And you're part of the A+ program, which I think is a fantastic program that's offered to students. But there's a commitment on behalf of the student. Okay, the A+ program isn't something like, well, I live here in Blue Springs, so I'll just go to college for free. You have to do things. Okay, tell us about the A+ program and how it works, and you know, what it means to you.
So the A+ program is if you have a good enough GPA, a good enough attendance, just a good enough general record, make sure you're not getting involved in, you know, not good things.
Exactly.
And then you do enough hours of tutoring for the most part. Usually I was tutoring elementary school kids, which was fun. I actually enjoyed doing stuff like that. If you get that all logged in, a certain amount of hours, you get the A+ scholarship. And that gives you 2 years of free paid tuition for any community college in the state of Missouri. And I can't tell you how beneficial that was to do that, because after my first year, I had friends come back home, like I said, from other universities, and they were asking me like, oh, how's your job been, how's school been? And I guess I kind of looked back and I was like, wow, I don't owe a cent. I was like, this summer, I know some of my friends sadly had to work and pay off their student loans, and I didn't have to take anything out. And I was like, I only had to buy books, and I don't know, it just feels good knowing I don't owe any money into like federal and stuff like that.
Oh, definitely. And you know, because I'm paying for, or my son's going to help paying for my son's education, and he has some loans out as well. But it going to UMKC or Mizzou, okay, it's about $250 for a credit hour. You know, over a 16-hour semester, that's $4,000, and that's $8,000 over the course of the year. Then you throw your books in there, and you're very easily over $9,000, and then when you throw your room and board and everything. So basically what you're getting from your education through the A+ program is basically you're going into your junior year debt-free, okay? And it's kind of like, I'll equate to what your father does here at Blue Springs South High School with his class. When folks like Nick Mosier and the other Jordan and them, when they go to college, they're 2 steps ahead of everyone because they took the TV and radio courses here. Okay, you're going to your junior year, you're debt free when 90% of everyone else is not debt free, and for you to have the foresight to see that and take advantage of that program, you know, I commend you. What is the thing you love most about MCC Blue River?
So I actually went to Blue River in high school during a summer class as well to take a math course to apply as credits here. And so that was fun. And then especially my year here, I was really impressed by the staff. They put a lot of effort into teaching the kids, and I think some of the kids, they realize that they want us to learn, the teachers do. And I think the good thing about like Blue River, and I was also at Longview for a while, was that they're both very organized. It's very clean. The janitors do a good job at making sure it just stays maintained. The organization's great. The library is great. I mean, the library is so resourceful. I've gotten a lot of studying done there. And just knowing the fact that they have a good library like that is really cool. That there's a reliable place to go and study. So they have all the resources there. They let you use your computers. You have a certain amount of money they give you for printing. So if you have a paper you can do there, they let you do that. There's just so many resources they give you to get your stuff done, get your education. You can stay there for quite a while if you know for studying and stuff like that. And then the classroom, again, I haven't met like a bad teacher yet. Like they're all great, great staff. They've taught really well. They want you to succeed. I think that's the key that I figured out, is that all the teachers I've had so far, like they want you to do good. So.
I agree with you. And knowing the folks there at MCC Blue River, you know, Dr. Banks and Bob Florence in the marketing department, and the other guests that we've had on this program, they're top-notch folks. And I commend you and congratulate you for all your accomplishments there. And you know, with our high school football that we do, you know, we have numerous awards. Okay, and they're fantastic. But my most prestigious award that I've ever received was that MCC Blue River nominated Sideliner Sports for the Top Media Partner Award for Missouri Community Colleges, and we received that, and that proudly sits in my living room. And that's and for them to nominate us, being a good partner for them, is the best award that we've ever gotten. And everything that you said about MCC Blue River is so true. And I want to thank you so much for joining us today on Positive Blue Springs. You know, congratulations on all your success, and good luck in the future.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Pete.
Thank you.
This is Positive Blue Springs, a presentation of the BSSD Media Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alan Foster. Welcome to our practice. Foster Dental Care was founded in 1980. We've been a part of Eastern Jackson County since that time. I chose this area because my wife and I wanted to be close to the metropolitan area, but yet still be in a small town, and Blue Springs definitely has a small town feel even as it's grown.
Foster Dental Care, we really do every procedure from general dentistry, fillings, extractions, dentures, and up to cosmetic dentistry, Invisalign, braces, whitening, veneers. You name it, we do it here at Foster Dental Care.
We're a one-stop shop. We can treat anything from your dental emergency to your orthodontics.
I think what sets us apart here at Foster Dental Care is just our ability to serve a wide variety of patients and a wide variety of services, and while delivering the best possible dentistry in a warm and compassionate and comfortable environment.
Forming relationships with our patients is just as important to us as treating their dental needs. Seeing our patients walk out with a smile and a great experience is our goal.
I just love seeing patients, and just getting to do that on a day-to-day basis is wonderful. I love working with my team as we just strive to provide the best dentistry in the area and expand our knowledge in being able to do so.
At Foster Dental Care, our main concern is putting patients first and giving you the smile that you've always wanted. We look forward to your visit.
Welcome back to Positively Blue Springs here on the BSSD Media Network. I want to thank our guests that made our show from MCC Blue River fantastic today. First off, thank you to Dr. John Burke, the Dean of Student Development. Thanks for telling us all the great things about MCC Blue River. Some exciting things going on here. And once again, MCC Blue River is the best deal for your college education. I also want to thank Pete Grigsby IV for sharing his insight as a student here at MCC Blue River. As you can tell from what Pete disclosed to us, a great place for an education. I also want to thank you, the viewers at home, for tuning into Positive Blue Springs, and I also want to thank the Blue Springs School District for allowing us the forum to present this program. I'm Tony Reisinger of Sideliner Sports. Make it a great day.